Okay.
It's recording now. So,
Thank
okay.
you.
I'm going to start with Chelsea Roberts. She's chewing up her food.
It's okay.
Go ahead and unmute yourself. Tell her who you are, when you started, and what your question was. And if you don't remember it, I can totally read it. I have it in front of me.
No, I remember it. Oh my gosh, I am like always eating on these Zooms. I feel so bad. It's like doesn't matter what time it is, I'm always eating something. Okay, so my name's Chelsea, and I started like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months. And my question was, what is the best way to get distributors other than life posts? Is there like anything else that works really well?
Do you have children?
Yes.
Do you ever take your kids out, like, I don't know, to like parks, playgrounds, stuff? Just like, no.
Not really. Is that bad? He's only 9 months old, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
he's not really into that yet.
That's like kind of when I started doing like the play groups kind of thing is when my kids were young, because I wanted them to interact with younger kids. And I was a stay-at-home mom, so they didn't really ever get around other kids. And I'm not from Nebraska, so I'm originally from Massachusetts, so we don't really have like much family here. And once I started getting out of my house and like taking my girls to, I don't even know, just like parks and, you know, things that we have around here that I know other moms are going to be there. That's when my business really started growing. And I didn't even, it's not even that I would be like, hey, have you heard of that crazy rap thing? I just was automatically like, our kids would like hook up and play, and you know, we'd just start talking because we're just sitting there watching them. And I kind of just like made friends with people. And then once, like, I don't know, one girl started talking. This was when Anna was a baby. One girl started talking to me about how her husband was in the military, and I was like, oh yeah, my husband and I met in the military. We were both Army, like whatever. And I was like, we're both out now. He works for the VA. And she's like, oh, are you a stay-at-home mom? And I'm like, well, kind of. Like, I work from home. I actually make more than my husband does. And she's like, what? And that's kind of how I got into the whole, like, business part of it. And then I swear, like, I got 4 distributors that were there that day. Because I started we became friends. We started hanging out. Our kids started hanging out. And then, you know, it took them a little while to like believe me. But once they realized like, no, she's really working from her phone, like, and making a full-time income, they kind of like believed, like trusted me, because, you know, we're together. Our kids are playing together. It's not just like I'm trying to throw a business in their face. It's they personally do what I do. And I told them. And they were intrigued. They were a bunch of stay-at-home moms, bored.
Yeah.
And that's like how I just make relationships. Like, it doesn't matter how long it takes me to it doesn't, if I talk to someone, I'm not banking on them becoming a distributor for at least 9 months. So I know you're new at this, but it takes a while. I like automatically, if I have a potential distributor, I'm like, that's my potential for like a year, because I'm slow. I'm not, I'm not pushy. I want them to trust me. I want them to believe me. And I talk to them about other things besides the business, because I want to make friends. Because honestly, like, if you just, you know, jump at them with the business and like, I don't know, kind of throw the business at them and nothing more, like you don't care, they're not going to go very far, even if they do sign up, because you don't have that relationship with them. You're not, you know, you don't know anything about their personal life, nothing. Like, I mean, I'm like really, really good friends with a lot of distributors that sign up, because we've been talking for months and I know a lot about their kids, their family, what they do, like everything. And don't get me wrong, it can get aggravating. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I am not a therapist. But
Yeah.
But you have to realize that a lot of these people are stay-at-home moms. They don't have very many moms to talk to. So, and that's like what our team is about, is support. And although it doesn't have anything to do with our business, it's still, you're supporting them in their life. And then they feel like they trust you, and it's totally building relationships, and it takes a while, but don't get discouraged if, it takes you 4 months to get one distributor, because it can happen that way.
Yeah.
But you just have to stay positive and post every single day.
Okay.
Did that help you at all?
Yeah, it definitely does. I work about 40 or more hours a week right now, so I don't know that I'll have time to go to a play group.
Yeah, like parks. What do you do for work?
I work for Brookdale Senior Living. I do like sales and marketing for retirement communities.
Okay. So you're not really like around a lot of people to talk to them about the business anyway.
No, my clientele is like older and we're not allowed to sell anything to them. And my coworkers are all, I don't know, it sounds bad. They're all kind of strange. So like,
that's really, but like if you don't work on the weekends or whatever, even one day a week going out and bringing is it a son or a daughter?
Son.
Yeah. Bringing your son somewhere like once every weekend, you can make like 5 people that are going to be like friends that are going to be potential distributors one day,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
up each weekend, your kids play. And I mean, he is 9 months old, but he can still crawl around and play, but like, just, I know you don't have to do it every day, because I sure don't leave my house every day, but like just even once a week, it's more than you were doing.
It's better
and
than nothing.
It might work well, because you're seeing these people face to face. They are actually going to trust you and believe you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, I'll listen to everybody else's.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next I have Stephanie written down. I don't know if she's frozen. Stephanie, if you can hear me, unmute yourself and say your name and how long you've been in the business, and then ask your question. If she's not frozen. I think she's frozen. Oh, she's putting her little one to bed. Okay. Ashley Smith, the Ashley that I went to high school with, not the other one that's working, because I have 2 Ashley Smiths on my team. And their middle names are both Nicole. So they literally have the same name.
A little creepy.
Okay.
What do you just search for Ashley Nicole Smith?
Guys, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's really crazy around here, so.
It's okay.
My question's pretty much the same, but it might be a little different. So I go ahead and ask that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Tina, my questions were, let me remember.
I have it written down.
I remember, it just takes a second for me to get it out, so you gotta bear with me. So what was your best way to get like LCs or DTs? Like in person, through social media, like maybe through parties?
Okay. I have, this is going to sound horrible. I've never done a party for myself. Like I've had my distributors like want me to come and help them host their parties. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But I honestly built my business like almost 100% through social media. For my first 13 months. So when I went triple, it was all social media. I didn't really, my daughter was very sick and we really didn't go anywhere. With her immune system, like we didn't ever go anywhere. So I literally was doing everything on social media. And basically it just is all about how many people are watching you. Like if I started, I didn't even have, I think 40 followers on Instagram. I didn't even know how to post a picture. And I grew that a few thousand in my first couple months. And that I was banking there. And on Facebook was like, I love Facebook. So I'm like, I think that Instagram is great because you can follow so many people. They can follow you back. You can have a lot more than 5,000 on Facebook. It stops us at 5,000 friends. So I like to add people from Instagram to Facebook before I start talking to them, because I think that it's more personal, especially potential distributors, because I want them to see on Facebook that we have our team page, that we can all tag each other. Our team is all on Facebook together. On Instagram, it's not like that. They can't see the support that we have. So I really, really love using Facebook and like groups to meet moms. Obviously, you're a mom. So that's like huge. That's something that you guys need to really take into account. There are so many stay-at-home moms that are like bored, don't have friends, and talk to children all day long. And so if you're getting on these mommy pages, you're going to see these people like ask like crazy random questions, and it's like, oh my God, you need a friend. And then you can just like message them and start a conversation with them about what they posted. And, just kind of like pretend, well, I'm not saying like pretend you care, but like, yeah, kind of pretend you care. You might not really care at all, but I would highly recommend using Facebook groups, because like I said, on Facebook, you can see that we have our teams, that you guys, I'm sure one of you is going to post a picture and tag everyone in this tonight. You want people, like especially your potential distributors, to see that you do get on face-to-face meetings. People are very afraid to sign up because they don't have someone close by that can help them. And they think that it has to be face-to-face. And it's like, honestly, I did nothing face-to-face. Like, I hated doing things face-to-face. If someone's like, can you meet me? I'm like, yeah, on Zoom. Like, yeah, FaceTime me. I'm like, just not that type of person. But like I said before, once my daughter was like, I don't know, I guess her immune system didn't get much better, but we just kind of got used to it. We would get out and, go to the parks and stuff, and I would talk to other moms there. But I think like the majority of my business, like totally 100% Facebook and Instagram. And so it's going to depend on how many people are watching you.
I was going to ask you another question, but I forgot, so I'm sorry. But yeah,
No,
that answers my question. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
I know
you
that.
so much.
Do you feel comfortable like out in public?
Yeah, I've had a crazy day. Like, I'm all flustered, so.
Oh, you're fine. Well, if you think about your other question, you can message me too.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Okay, now, Brittany, do you want to go, please?
Where'd you go, babe?
Hey. My question is, how do you keep yourself motivated on like an off day? Other than the typical money. You know what I mean?
Okay, wait. I can't really hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. No, it's probably my phone. I have horrible service in here.
How do you keep yourself motivated on like an off day or a blah day?
Okay. So let me just talk about that. Caitlin knows what I'm talking about, but 2 days ago, I was like literally crying from 7 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. And I'm like, I have really bad depression and anxiety. And lately it has been like awful. And I was like, I'm 7 months pregnant, and last month I had to get on an antidepressant again. And I've never had to do that when I was pregnant before, but I'm like, it's just getting worse. Like that it was getting bad. So I do have those days very, very often. But I had one of my diamonds asked me, what was it, 2 days ago, Brian? Yeah, it was bad. Like it was Emma's first day of preschool, and I was like, get her away from me. Like I was hysterical. Like it was just bad. It was freaking awful. I was like fighting with my 3-year-old. But yeah, so I like literally cried from like 7:00 in the morning till 7:00 at night. And at about noon, I had a message from one of my diamonds saying, "Hey, will you come on my Zoom with my team tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I can, but I look like a wreck." And you know, that it made me feel better knowing that somebody needed my help. So like, I mean, I could have sat there and I could have just been like, "No, I feel like crap. I've been crying all day long and I'm going to cry the rest of the day." But I mean, I couldn't even go. Brian had to go to my doctor to switch my antidepressant for me. Like I couldn't even, it was bad. And he came home with like this big thing of flowers for me. And I'm like losing my mind. So I have those days very often. But in the end, I'm like, you know what? Me sitting here crying and like not being motivated is just going to make things worse. It's going to put me into a deeper rut and it's harder to get out of. So when I was asked, it was like, I swear, she never asks me ever to do anything for her team. But she like came to me, she's like, "Can you get on my Zoom tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like definitely." I got on there. My eyes are probably still swollen from 2 days ago, but I was like a wreck. And I told them all, I'm like, "Listen, I've been crying since 7:00 this morning. Like, but I'm on this and I want to know what you guys need help with." And it kind of made me feel like, you know, I was needed and I'm helping other people. So like, how is that negative? It's just like a positive thing will make you feel so much better. Like one little thing that you do to help somebody or say something, why would you not do that when you're in like a crappy state of mind? You know, you have to, it will motivate you if you do something positive, because you can't, you know, if you're stuck in a rut, you don't want to stay stuck in that rut.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to my Diamonds chat after and I was like, "Well, that was crazy." Like I just got on, I had no plan. I had no idea what I was doing. I got on there. I'm like, "I've been crying all day. I'm psycho. Just hit me with some questions." And it made me feel so much better. So that happens like every other day for me, but I just get over it. Like I'm still posting. You guys would never expect that I was like crying for 12 hours or something. What? Okay. Okay, no, don't tell me now because I'm on a Zoom. But it's about it works, Brian. But yeah, so like you'd never expect, looking at my life posts and stuff, you'd never expect me to be like that. But then the other day I'm like, you know what? Everyone's first day of it was her first day of preschool. And I'm like, everyone has all these cute pictures. Oh, first day of preschool. I'm like, here's my picture of my daughter who looks like she's going to kill me. Okay. Like I was crying. Brian dropped her off. He had to take her out of the truck. I was hysterical in the truck. Like not because she was leaving me, because I couldn't stand her. And then it was just horrible. And he was like, and then Brian dropped her off. She was bawling her eyes out. And then Brian turns around. He has tears in his eyes. I'm like, fuck, this day is going to be so awful. It was like 8:00 in the morning. And it was such a bad day. I'm like, oh my God, that was the worst first day of school. Like how horrible. We'll never forget that. But yeah, so I was miserable all day long, but I'm like, I needed something to like make me positive, and it was sure as hell not my daughter that day. So somebody had to pull me out. But yeah, so that happens often. I'm a mom of 2 little girls, 2 and 3, and I'm 7 months pregnant. So I get it. I get being stuck and miserable in a rut. But yeah, if that helped you at all, just, you know, you have to inspire someone. It'll make you feel better to just like post some positive quote or do something and have someone like it or comment on it.
Yeah.
And help like one person. And then you'll kind of get you guys have to realize
feel good vibes.
Yeah. And you guys are new to this. Like compared to me, I've been in it for 2.5 years. You guys are pretty new. Brian, am I going to get eaten alive if I go outside? Forget it. I'm not going out. The other night I was on a Zoom and I went outside and I got freaking eaten alive. So I don't even know what I was just saying. What was I saying, Caitlin?
You were talking about putting out the good vibes.
Yeah, positive posts.
Oh yeah, and you guys haven't been in this that long, so like you guys haven't changed lives yet, if that makes sense. Like me, I know that, I cry every time one of my distributors goes diamond or they promote to double or even ruby. Like I swear I've cried because they've gone ruby. But you're helping people. Like that's what you have to realize. All of this hard work, it's not for you down the road. I mean, I see people that are literally are in abusive relationships able to have that extra income to be able to leave an abusive relationship. And I know that half of that reason was because I pushed them to do that. So like, that's the stuff that keeps you motivated. That's the stuff that's going to keep you in this, is knowing that, there's a girl that is getting beat up by her husband and her kids are watching and she needs to get out of that. And she doesn't have any money to do so because she's a stay-at-home mom. Well, if I know that, and I know that situation's going to go on, I'm going to push that girl so frigging hard so she can get out of there. Single moms, I just love working with single moms because I'm like, they work so hard for their kids. And that is like one of my, I'll push them. I will push them and be like, you will be one of the first single moms that goes Ambassador Diamond. And, it makes you feel so good to know that family just got off food stamps because you helped them. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, that's the stuff that gets me through my hard days that I'm so like miserable. Like me sitting here being miserable is not helping a family at all.
Yeah. And it's like, it's a bad day versus a bad life. We all have those emotions and roller coasters, and just let it come, notice that it's there, and then let it go. So,
I mean, Caitlin, you guys have your uplines on this right now. She's got more crap going on in her life than any of us probably do. And you would not know. I'm like, Caitlin, you got to get on a Zoom and help me. She's like, okay. What time? Caitlin, you got to do this. Can you make a video? She's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, you're insane.
Like 2 a.m.
Yeah. Like
while she's yawning the entire time, and then you're watching the video, and I'm going, oh God, it's making me yawn too.
I don't know how she does it. Like, I need my sleep. I am like, sleep. And she does not. So I'm like, Caitlin, you got to help people because I'm not.
I took a nap today, and it's probably the first time I've taken one.
Oh, finally. But yeah, like, I mean, everyone has issues going on in their lives, and, we can think that we have it bad, but look around. You'll realize, like, once you grow your team and you start promoting, people have it a lot worse than you do. And that's what pushes you. Because
we have the ability to help people. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, legit help people.
Yeah. Like, literally, you will see people, like, it's insane. It's crazy. One of my first diamonds, she said, I want to get out of my sister's house. I don't want to live at my sister's with my family. And I was like, we're going to get you out of your sister's house. And I remember when she, they got their own place, she's like, holy crap, I did that within a year. And I'm like, I told you we would get you out of there. If your why is set and that's what you want to do, I'm like, I'm going to get you out of there. Like, you just have to work with me. And, that's what happens. If you have your why and you know what you need out of this, you're going to do it. And nothing will stop you. Not the 4 distributors that quit under me. I'm like, great. I've had 40 billion distributors quit under me. Not everyone's going to want it. But yeah, the people that want it are going to be the ones that need it. And they're going to be the ones to motivate you to help them get it.
Exactly. Yep.
Anything else?
Is that good? All right. It's going to kick us off in 7 minutes, but I'll start another one up so everybody can get their questions in. Kayla, do you want to go next?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So my question is, since I'm like really scared to, I guess, start my own team and be like a really good leader because I have Caitlin to look up to. So what is like some good tips to, I guess, be that good leader and keep people motivated all the time?
Do you have a team under you at all?
No, I have not signed anyone yet.
Okay, well, you have 4 of your uplines on here right now. So I guess that my biggest tip for you is use your uplines, because I have diamonds that aren't comfortable with leading their teams, and that's fine. You know, I'm going to help them, but I'm going to push them to try and lead their own teams, but I'm still right there. So like if they have a weekly Zoom and they don't feel comfortable doing it with their team, they can ask their uplines. Like you have Rachel, Amber, me, Caitlin. There's 4 of us on here right now that are your uplines. So reach out to us, and you know, we're going to push. Once you start having a team under you, you're, like I just said, you're helping people. It's like, it kind of like pushes, it'll push you. I mean, not even us doing it. It's going to be, you want to help those people get, you know, promotions, and you want to see if someone messages you and says, you know, I have this doctor bill that I cannot pay off. Like I'm going to end up filing bankruptcy. I can't, you know, that's like going to be another why of yours, because you're going to want to help that person get out of that situation. So it kind of depends. Like every distributor that you take under your wing, you're going to have, like, your heart is going to open, and you're going to want to help them, and you're going to do what you have to do it. Like I mean, the business is simple. It is, you post, you follow, you add people on Facebook, and you message people. That's it. Now, whoever does that every single day is going to be successful. Whoever takes a day off is going to go very slow. And whoever, you know, like there's some people that just are not going to be motivated. I mean, I sign distributors all the time, and they're like, I just feel like I wasn't getting enough help from you. And I'm like, okay, like, bye. I don't need that. Because I'm like, I have my team page. You know, you guys have me every single day. You know, you can message me. But there's people that will make excuses, and they're going to blame it on us. You know, they don't want to do it. So they're going to say, oh, I didn't have that help. But to motivate that, I mean, get your leadership involved. So like, not just you, because they're not going to just want to hear from you. They want to hear from success. They want to hear from, I mean, you got Caitlin is your diamond leader, but Caitlin is going to ask for her triple diamond and her diamond, a double diamond, and her ambassador diamond leader to help you guys, because you guys don't want to just hear from Caitlin. You want everyone's point of view, everyone's stories. You want to see more success than even Caitlin, more success than me. So you want to see the people at the top. So that's like my biggest tip is use your uplines. You don't have to do, I mean, it's not like you have to have your own team page right away. It kind of comes naturally once you have a distributor. You're just teaching them what to do. They use the team page. They have a bunch of uplines, not just you. And then you just get us involved, and hey, can you help us? Pretty much. There's a million of us. So just know that you're not alone in your leadership whatsoever, ever.
Yeah. And half the time when I started, your leadership is going to change over the course of the time that you're in this business. And in the beginning, all I did was ask my upline, okay, what do I do next? What do I need to tell them? What do I need to do? So like, you're not alone. You know, you're not going to know what to do in the beginning. And that's when you go and ask for help. And, you know, anytime you guys ask me something and I don't know the answer, or I don't think it's a good enough answer for you, I'll go to Tina, or I'll go to Rachel or Amber and just ask anybody in my upline for advice, because we all lead differently as well. So I think it's a really good idea to reach out to several leaders to see what advice works best for you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what rank you are, you still don't know everything.
Yeah.
So say someone messaged me their chart and they said, where should I place this distributor? I'm like, hold on a second. I'm like, Ashley, like, we're just going to ask our upline here. So I'm like, Ashley, you got to help me. And, you know, if she doesn't know, then we'll go to somebody else. We're not afraid to say we don't know everything. You know, I mean, I have learned a lot since I started my business, and I'm pretty open about
Mason.
What, Caitlin?
I was yelling at my son and I forgot I wasn't on mute.
You're fine.
Sorry.
But yeah, if we don't know the answer, we're gonna find somebody else to help. So we're not afraid to say that. I don't know everything. Caitlin doesn't know everything. If I know something, I'll go to Caitlin and ask her. I'm like, what's this damn thing? Just computers. I'm not. But yeah, it's not just you that's gonna be helping them. It's all of us.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, it's going to kick us off, so I'm going to just jump out of it and start a new one for you guys, okay? All right, let me end this.